Greetings, one and all. This is Tony and LP HQ East, joined by some cobblestone pathway somewhere at Walt Disney World. Mike, what's going on? Or not Mike, Jeremiah. Can you tell who I've been doing it with for a while?
I guess so. I'm starting on this pathway because I'm going to start off with a complaint. What is today's date, Tony?
January 14th.
Can somebody please tell the Magic Kingdom it is the 14th of January?
So, but we can't hear it, which is, I guess, a good thing. Is the music playing?
It is.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm complaining too. Yep.
Yeah, when I walked up to the main entrance and the music's still playing, I'm like, no. When they're like taking stuff down and they have some of it down, but they're playing the normal music, I'm fine with that. But this is full on Christmas everything. Thankfully, the Dapper Dans and Grayson at Casey's Corner aren't doing Christmas. But yeah, we still got the 10 woodmen or the 10 soldiers, the Christmas tree, all the garlands up. It is well past the time.
Yeah, because I know the original catch-all was that they kept it up because back in the day, the Run Disney participants would say they skipped coming at Christmas time so they could still see it at Marathon Weekend. So that's why it would get extended till whenever Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend was. But this year it was pretty back-to-back, and yet here we are still with everything up.
Oh, and I know the other parks have gotten theirs down, but again, I'm done with Christmas. I had one vacation where I came out here. Oh, by the way, please engage with us. Tony and I can talk to each other all the time. We want to hear from you guys. So put in the chat, please.
And Fred has the question that you basically asked. What's the tree still doing there?
Yeah. So. No, I came out like one trip. I got here on New Year's Day, and I went through the 10th. This was in the old days where you used to be able to stay a while and it'd be affordable. But it is affordable if you book with MEI Travel or mousefantravel.com. And by the end of the time, like the last day, we finally came in here with no Christmas. I was just like, oh, thank the maker. Oh, but the Dapper Dans are still in Christmas attire.
They're just not doing the songs. Oh, and they have their own pack and crowd control there. That's fun.
Yeah.
Fred says, I feel like this is Home Alone 3. I am not familiar with that one.
I've not seen any of them, so definitely not.
Not even the Macaulay Culkin classics?
Nope.
Okay.
I know. It was one of those things that I rebel against the, oh my God, you have to go see this movie. It's so great. Titanic, I went on a date like 4 months after it opened. Avatar, I watched on a plane because the land opening, and Home Alone, just no reason ever watch it.
Fair enough. Spencer wants to know, what is Mickey up to today?
Well, he was
in the theater.
Yeah, he was busy meeting and greeting. He's actually out on the stage up here with Minnie right now. So, yeah.
I know we won't be able to hear it, but we should check it out for just a second.
Yeah.
Let Spencer see what Mickey's up to, because he did say, I can't wait. Or, well, I'm assuming he meant I can't wait, but he says I can't wait to see Mickey in the Festival Fantasy Parade.
I wanted to be on there by 2.
Someone needs to be on there by 2.
Yes. See, you can hear. I have my iPhone microphone on so you can hear more of the BGM, but thankfully not have to sit through the Christmas BGM.
Fred says you need to watch it, referring to Home Alone. Christmas.
Thank you so much.
You made it this far. I think you're fine.
Yeah, it's just like I have never had a drink. I don't need to do that either. I'm just, seriously. But it is a beautiful.
It's a Wednesday in January. It's a little busy, it seems. Is that fair to say?
It wasn't busy when I came in. I mean, it definitely seems much busier than when I walked in, but it shouldn't be that bad.
Hey, Colin, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Fred says, put the arc over the castle and you got the Disney logo.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah, beautiful day, chilly. I'm wearing my sweatshirt, but For it, probably everybody else watching in the world, it's you could walk around in shorts.
It's 67 right now, according to my thermometer. And anything below 70, at least for me, who has been here for Florida for 20 years now, that is hoodie weather.
Yeah.
Others will probably be walking around in tank top and sandals.
No, I was just out in Nevada and Arizona, and I forget how cold it gets out there. And I don't need to do that again either.
Oh, yeah, well, I could definitely hear it now.
Yeah. Which means I got to keep walking and talking so we don't get shut down. But right now we're safe.
Dialogue will be fine, but if they start singing, just book it out of there.
Yeah. And just an update for everybody that keeps seeing it. Nothing has changed on the castle as of yet. That doesn't happen until later this month.
Have you seen anything? I was going to actually ask when you were back in Fantasyland, because usually that's where you might see stuff being placed, if you catch my drift.
Yeah.
That will start rising up.
You just have to remember to be true to yourself.
No, the word is that the moat draining happens the end of this month.
Okay.
So February we'll have probably everything go up. And
So I was going to ask if you think. So when I said Fantasyland, going back there, seeing all this stuff getting placed, I meant the crane parking and whatnot. If they're coming into the dry moat, do we think that's where the cranes might end up?
I don't know. I don't recall the last time it was painted what they did.
Yeah.
But that was now almost, over 5 years ago, I guess.
Fred wants to know, with the release of Toy Story 5 coming this summer, I would like to know your favorite character in Toy Story and why. For me, Fred, that would probably be Rex, because he is a paranoid, neurotic dinosaur. Jeremiah?
I will always go Woody. He is the best.
Honorary mentions to Buttercup, Mr. Pricklepants, and Gabby in Toy Story 4 and her posse of Bensons. The most terrifying creatures ever put to film.
I mean, one of my favorite. I have two favorite scenes in all of the Toy Story franchise. One is the shark looking for Woody's hat.
Mm-hmm.
Howdy.
Yeah.
And Mrs. Nesbitt, that.
Both in the same movie.
Yes. When I worked at Walt Disney Travel Company and we would take calls, I at one point had somebody call in and her name was Mrs. Nesbitt.
Oh.
I fought. It was the hardest thing I've ever had to do to not say anything. That was the Darjeeling tea.
The universe, if you did, so you're fine.
And somehow I'm sure that when the movie came out, she may have got some of that, but that's not something that the random person today would go, "Oh, Mrs. Nesbitt, Darjeeling tea, Marie Antoinette,
and her little sister."
Yeah.
No, it's not.
The hat looked good, right? The hat looked good.
How inconceivable, and don't you get it? You see the hat on Mrs. Nesbitt.
Yes.
Is today good ice cream weather at Sunshine Tree Terrace? Or
no.
Is that what it's called? Yeah.
No, it's a little chilly. I mean, there's no line for it. I will admit that I've definitely been having ice cream during the cold weather. I had some amazing custard in Las Vegas the other day when it was 40 degrees. So.
Keeping it with the realm of Magic Kingdom, Dole Whip or Citrus Swirl? I think I've asked this before, but go ahead.
Yeah. I enjoy the Dole Whip, but the Citrus Swirl, if it's not too tart.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like the Citrus Swirl.
They had a Dole Whip during the holidays that had mango in it. And mango Dole Whip is one of the best things I've ever had in my life. And anytime I can have that, I will. I was watching a video the other day it was shot during the second year of Magic Kingdom. And I was watching it with my good friend, and he and I are very much the nerds. But the camera came in through the ramp over by Country Bear, and he wasn't sure where it was because There's no carpets. The terrace is there, or the
Yeah.
Dole Whip area, but you can't really see what's going on, and it's this giant empty space with seats until you go over the Jungle Cruise.
It's hard to believe. I don't really remember it without it,
Yeah,
which I guess is kind of an interesting way of looking at design because it like, oh, it always felt like it was there, right? But yeah, I only came out here I think twice before it got installed. So,
yeah. I was out here a few times before it was installed, but it's, to me, like, without that picture, I couldn't tell you what it looked like other than
yeah,
seating area. And as much as it can be congested, it works very well in the area. It without it, I think now it'd be very strange. Seem to have found the crowd.
Fred has a question. I rewatched Toy Story last night, and I was wondering whatever happened to Andy's dad. Short answer, and it's actually, I believe, the official answer. I don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the main one that I always heard was a divorce,
Yeah,
but that's why they were moving, is to get away from him. That I don't know. That is me
with
making
this,
that
we
up.
also start encroaching on fan theories, and I have a particular distaste for fan theories,
I'm not.
especially when directors come out and say no, and people still spread them.
What do you mean Adam isn't the name of the beast?
That one, is that a fan theory? Because that one has credible evidence, like with books and stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it started from one of the toys that they just put a name on him, but then they've interviewed everybody that had anything to do with Toy Story. They're like, no, he doesn't have a first name. He's just the beast.
Yeah. I was the one I was kind of hinting at getting very close to Jesse's owner being Andy's mom. That's a fan theory. Emily. And then the ones that I immediately go back to, like the ones where like Aladdin, Frozen, Tarzan, and Little Mermaid are all connected.
I hate that. Yes, we know Frozen and Tangled are in the same universe. Like that
is true because they put them in there, but they're not intertwined stories.
No,
so.
It's not the DC or Disney movie universe.
Yeah.
Tiana's Bayou Adventure is coming up on the left.
I'm just gonna follow this guy. He's gonna use the tour.
Yeah.
We're heading back towards
Jeremiah. That Tiana's Bayou Adventure is coming up on the left.
We're heading back towards, of course, Big Thunder. Which, wow, I haven't been here in just about a week or so, and there is a massive structure going up around the train station for Thunder. Last time I saw it, it's just stuff off to the side. But the nice thing about walking this path, we get a good view of where the river used to be. Water wheels down on Tiana's, that's up here on the left.
The ropes are out. What time did the parade starts at 3? I'm guessing.
Yes,
or is it 2:30?
3, and then there'll be the pre-parade with the band and
that's true. That's true. The grand marshals and such.
Yes. Wow, every time I come over here, it still just blows my mind to look at where Tom Sawyer Island was, and like being able to see the dirt or the old keelboat landing. And yeah, there's definitely construction going on over there. Here, let's do the fun thing. Look at that.
There we go. It still blows my mind just to be able to see as far as you can now.
Oh yeah, like looking that way.
Yeah.
Not for the giant dirt mound back there, you can see the roadway.
Actually, if you zoom in again, you might be able to see my apartment.
I've definitely done that. I'm like, I could see from here. Something that I've been trying to get now for at least 2 months is the testing of Big Thunder. I walked over here the first time and I saw the train go, and I stood here for about an hour and it didn't go again. And then the next time I came, oh wow,
Something evil's happening.
it's just so massive. And then I walked over here and I got a photo of it once, and then I waited about 45 minutes and the train never went. So yeah, they're
Do you consider Piston Peak its own land, or do you think it's just going to be Frontierland?
we're going back to my old statement. If it's not
Okay.
called Frontierland, they're missing out.
Okay. Fred Ramirez with a deep cut that I absolutely love. Oh no, you're eating the car. Don't eat the car. Not the car. The dialogue itself is from Turner and Hooch, but that was the first test they did with Tom Hanks' voice against Woody, but pitched to him to land the role of Woody in Toy Story.
That is a deep cut I've never heard of.
Oh yeah, no. I'll put that video in our folder later.
Yeah, so
that was what they did.
if you stand right here, you can actually see the lift hill and watch the trains go over when they actually test them.
Are they going now?
Nope.
Okay. And what we've learned now is that they are completely new ride vehicles too for the ride.
Yeah,
America.
I missed that whole thing, and then I caught up on it randomly. You can see there 5 different Imagineers or so walking, and they're coming down to X. Oh no, they're going out the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's exciting. I can't wait for this.
Spring 2026.
Yeah. Which means they could start testing next week.
Fred says, I've heard that story too. I'm guessing because you referenced it, but or you're just a big fan of Turner and Hooch, and I'm just a big fan of Pixar, and together our powers combine.
The term "a big fan of Turner and Hooch." I can remember the short-lived series on Disney Plus when it launched.
Yep.
That was not a good series.
That one's completely gone now too, isn't it? That was one of the
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not busy in the park. I mean, it's not as busy as it has been. Of course, I'm also gauging off of Christmas and Thanksgiving vacation time. The cool weather is nice, so it really is the best time to be here.
This is easily one of my favorite times. And then starting on Friday, you'll get more of a reason to come to Walt Disney World with the Epcot International Festival of the Arts, which you'll be there for.
The time
Right?
that Tony and I always lose money out of our wallets.
Oh, yes. So our problem right now is in our domestic bliss. We're also going on the Destiny at the end of the month.
It's going to be a long
So it's going to come down to, do we go ham at Festival of the Arts, or do we wait until after we get back from the Destiny and see what's on their art on demand? So
yeah, I'm doing the Wish. The Wish for no. This is how my brain is working right now. The ship that's out in California right now.
the Wonder or the Magic?
Mm,
I think it's the Wonder.
yes, it's the Wonder. It
Yeah.
has the Ariel statue in the Grand Hall. I'm doing that for a friend's wedding in a couple of months, and that's one of those things that but I don't have space for any art. But there are definitely a few that I'll be buying a matted print of.
Nice.
There are a couple that I'd love to stretch canvas, but we'll see what happens on Friday.
Yes, for sure. Do you do the statues from the ships?
I have every single statue, including the one from the Wonder. I was only doing when I was on the ship, I'd buy them. But during the pandemic, and nothing was going on, they brought all of that merchandise to the Disney cast member store, and I was able to get it pretty cheap. So
Nice.
I have them all. I have not taken Black Panther out of the box yet, just because I need to rearrange that entire display because it's getting a bit large.
Yeah. And only going to get larger. So.
Yeah. But do we... I don't think there's even a grand hall on the adventure that we know of.
So if you look at the concept art on the adventure, it's Town Square, I think is what it's called, and it's kind of the equivalent. But in the background of the art, and I think I've called this out in an article before that you can find on laughingplace.com. In the background of the art, it looks like Snow White in her wishing well. That's not to say that's what it is, but you definitely see a statue in the art.
Which would be amazing. That's one of the statues are something that I love. Disneyland Paris did little brass reproductions of the Haunted Mansion or Phantom Manor and Tower of Terror, and then they did one of the Wicked Winch, the ship in Pirates, but it's not the Wicked Winch that I can't recall the name off the top of my head. So those have always been things I brought home because there's nothing better than just bringing home a giant piece of metal to put on display somewhere. Yeah, for what, 45 minutes till the parade? It's not that busy.
No, it doesn't look like it at all.
Everything along the old river is now boarded up. But we're keeping the dock, which I'm really interested to see how that's going to incorporate in a Piston. The transition between Liberty Square and Piston will be interesting.
Yeah, I wonder if they would do like a borderline of trees, but I don't know. I feel like Disney's anti-tree right now. So,
and we haven't seen any new concept art in forever for any of this. But then again, we have a Not Expo coming up in a few months.
Hold on, I'm trying to pull up what I'm talking about here. I'm excited to see how they connect Haunted Mansion to Big Thunder, because that's the big thought process. Is now there will be Piston Peak in that former front half of the Rivers of America, and then a pathway between Haunted Mansion and Big Thunder, and then that'll be the border for Villains Land.
Yeah, I think they're not going to try to change it around because, you know, that building and Big Thunder, it's not like Phantom and Big Thunder where the story can kind of connect, but who knows? I mean, we've been surprised before.
It's true. Okay, this is not going to be my finest work, but hold on.
We are looking at a 20-minute wait for Haunted Mansion, not Phantom Mansion.
That's not bad.
No, although it looks a lot more than 20 right now.
I'm going to need you to pan up, though, and look at the Tango Tower. When we no, keep walking.
All right.
But when you get that way we stay true to our thumbnail.
Yeah. And I will say that the trees have finally gotten to the point where it's almost blocking. Like, you can stand in Frontierland. Yes, you can still see the top of the tower, but it's not what it was when it first was built, and you could just see everything. Rapunzel, Rapunzel.
Oh, hold on. Zoom in again. Oh, bricks. There we go. There's our thumbnail. All right.
And thank you, folks. We're done for today.
I don't know if you could see it, but our viewer sure can. I have zoomed in on that piece of concept art where you could see the Snow White in the well.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
But that almost looks like a restaurant, which that's a whole other thing, is how many restaurants are on this ship.
Yeah, that's the town square lobby atrium area, whatever you want to call it.
I haven't reread any of the information recently. Was there a statement of rotational dining on this?
Yes.
Okay, that makes no sense at all.
So it's 6 different restaurants, but they're 3 different sisters. Does that make sense? So there's like, I think there's Animator's Table, and there's Animator's Palette, where they're similar but different.
Uh-huh.
And then there was like Hollywood Plaza and Los Angeles Plaza, something. I don't remember what they were called, but they're basically sisters, and you'll get those 3. But yeah, so I agree it doesn't make sense, but at the same time, they're trying to make it make sense.
Yes. And that's one of the keys of the Disney Cruise Line is the rotational dining.
Yeah.
So
And then
that was
the buffets. There's 2 different buffets. One of them, I don't remember what one of them is, but I remember one of them is like Pixar Cafe, and then those become dinner restaurants at night that are also part of the rotational dining that are sisters.
for 3-night cruises. This is a bit much.
On top of on top of the fact that there's premium dining as well. So if you're doing like the adult stuff, like Palo, they have the Palo. I think it's called Palo Trattoria on Center, which has a Cuba theme, and all of the adult areas theme to Porto Rosso, which I personally enjoy. But I don't see like literally you will have to go back to the ship again just to even try all the food.
Yeah,
there's restaurants in the gardens area, and yeah.
No, I was speaking with somebody from All Ears, and they also do Disney food blog stuff, and we were having the conversation of like, yeah, there's too much food, and we don't. Yeah. You cannot do. I want to say we may be able to do half of everything in 3 nights, but this ship is, almost the size of Central Park.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
just so much, and I look at some of the new Royal Caribbean ships, and I'm like, I know physics, and I don't understand this. But
have you
Disney Cruise Line equivalent for me.
Have you seen the magic shot that's done here?
No, tell me about it.
It's you're trying to pull the sword from the stone, and Merlin is next to you.
Oh, cool.
I've only seen it posted. Yeah, they haven't even touched the backside over here. But every time I come and I'm like, oh, I want to do that. The lion is now at the point where, social media has literally broken the hilt of the sword before.
Well, I was just going to say, do you think that placing PhotoPass as permanently now is a way to stop certain TikTokers and influencers who are there every day from doing their thing?
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, the handle hasn't been bent as much as I've seen it in the past, so it's one of those things. Again, I want to come and be able to do that, but maybe next week.
I have a picture that dates back to probably like 2008, 2009, and it's me on one end of it, like feet up on the thing, and another friend of ours feet up on the thing, like trying to pull it up together.
Yeah.
We didn't actually put force in it because we were afraid we would actually break it. But I remember at that point, like people were looking at us like, what is that? Nobody's ever heard of that thing. But now there's always a line, PhotoPass or not.
Social media.
Yep.
No, so they brought back the ceremony probably a little under a decade ago or so. And it lasted
like 6
years,
weeks, right?
No, it lasted a while because I knew people that were part of it, because they'd bring out the band and it would be, it wouldn't be Merlin, it'd be the Magic Makers or what they were called.
Yeah.
And it was cute, but, I, to this day, am sad that I never got to even try to do it with Merlin, to the point where I've acquired medals from both Disneyland and Walt Disney World through resellers.
So I've noticed this the last few times we've gone. How long is the Winnie the Pooh wait right now?
20 minutes.
Oh, okay. That's better.
Yeah.
I feel like it's always on par with Peter Pan lately.
It definitely has. And the Lightning Lane, when I was here, a week ago, the Lightning Lane was backed out back to here.
Oof.
Yeah, Lightning Lane is no longer. Never mind. Let's not get into that conversation. But yeah, it's definitely hit the point where it is Peter Pan level, especially for a dark ride that moves pretty quickly, depending on the ability of people to get on the attraction.
Yeah.
So we're going to walk into Storybook Circus and take a look at where our friends are and how the tent is looking.
That was what I was going to suggest. I'm glad you're on it too.
Yes. No, I wasn't going to walk around the back section because we always do that and we miss things like Winnie the Pooh.
I've been thinking about it because we were there the other night. So the pathway that connects all the hotels is open again with the completion of Island Tower at Magic Kingdom. And my wife and I like to go get steps in because we both work from home most of the time. And we did that and we realized it's getting kind of around dinner time. Let's go into the park. We had Columbia Harbor House, but there was nothing going. Who was like a 35-minute wait? Peter Pan was a 30. To point it out. Yeah, so we kind of got out of there pretty quick too, but we did a couple things and left. But yeah, it was one of those things where it's just so nice out. We went literally just to do the walk. We weren't going to go in the park, and it just happened to be that we did.
Yeah.
We didn't go through that back pathway is what I was leading at either. And I realized now that you say that, I don't think I've gone that back pathway in a long time.
That's my norm because usually I do Tomorrowland first. I come over here, do Storybook, and then walk along the back. Goofy and Minnie are out in front of Still Christmas. But this is their temporary home while their permanent home is getting some love.
I love that we're talking about temporary and permanence with their homes, and those tents were designed to be temporary.
Yeah.
But when we see them tearing and needing a refurb so bad, it's really not that surprising.
Yeah, I mean, I never made it during Mickey's birthday land. Mickey's Starland, yes, and then I guess it was Mickey's Starland up until the time it became this. Or
no, it was Starland until it became Toontown Fair.
Toontown Fair, yes. Yeah, I was here for Starland for one visit, and then Toontown Fair for the next. And yeah, these tents have been temporary forever.
I remember, so I worked at Disney at the time when they announced the new Fantasyland expansion.
Oh, yes, I'm walking through the Tinkerbell Garden right now.
Correct, yes, and this was all going to be Tinkerbell and Pixie Hollow and everything like that. And then I remember just being so excited they were finally getting rid of the tents. I was upset about Toontown, but the tent idea it was time to go. And then the complaints were that there was not enough for boys. It was mostly girl-centric. So the meet and greets that were where Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is now got cut, and then this became Storybook Circus.
Yeah.
So, yeah. The tents were back, and we all just kind of like, why? But what's going on? It looks like there's another tent up of some kind.
Yeah, there's a scrim over part of it, which, other than dirty, there wasn't anything wrong with that. But if you look, hang on, let's do the wait for it. Yeah, that was really I think the turning point for a lot of people is looking up there and seeing that giant rip there. I mean, yes, it's much like Spaceship Earth. There's an outer shell and the inner shell, but that is very large. It's weird to not hear Pete talking right now either.
Especially this time of year is the better time to take care of that, because in the coming months, it will be not a good time for that to be on a tent.
Well, as of Friday, it will not be a good time. Friday, we're supposed to get down to near freezing. Which is a perfect time
about wind and rain, but storms.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to put scrims up around most of it, which it needs because the building is very dirty. And then they'll have to fix the top of it. But
so I'm thinking about it now. At what point did they decide, no, just keep the tents? We're known for elaborately themed buildings that could easily be carved and shaped into a tent. But just keep the
Don-
real authenticity, yes.
Donald and Daisy are down here.
From far away, I thought Donald was their Dino Land,
Yes.
Dino Bash, Dinorama, whatever it's called, Dino Bash outfits, but they're not. They're the circus ones.
Okay, let's
Which
do
makes sense.
something we haven't done in a while. We're going to take the pathway that used to be the best part of Not So Scary.
It's true. Yeah, let's do this because I want to point out something that I noticed before. Actually, the other night when we did this. It's not that.
Okay.
What are you pointing out?
I was just pointing things out.
Oh, okay.
Here's some of my favorite stanchions.
Paraphrasing a Jungle Cruise joke.
Yeah.
And now it's official. The Barnstormer is not the fastest coaster in Magic Kingdom. It used to be at one point.
Fastest or shortest?
It was fastest because at its peak, it got to like 31 miles an hour or something like that, compared to Space and Big Thunder, which maintained their speed. But for a half a second, which is about the ride length anyway, Barnstormer hit that top speed and it was faster.
Oh, that hurt.
Is that the Walt Disney?
Yes.
Walter Disney engine?
Yeah. I think that's the only one that they have on. I mean, they only have one train on per day, but I've only seen the Walter
Okay.
E.
Interesting. 'Cause I
Speaking
know
of,
there's-
go
you know
on.
the four? What are the four?
Walter, Roy. Nope.
Walter, Roy, Roger E. Brogy, and Lily Bell.
Ah, yes. Yeah.
Which you'll appreciate this. I used to work on the train at Magic Kingdom also. We would have people from California who would ask to ride the Lily Bell.
Yes.
We had people from Florida who never knew that California has a luxury caboose, or had. I don't know if they still have it to the public. So I literally watched other coworkers be like, "You cannot ride in our engine. Who do you think you are?"
So
No.
one of my favorite stories from a friend was at one point.
Hold here for a second, but tell your story.
Okay. Disneyland had a request to send the Lily Bell out here.
Okay.
And it was just send the Lily Bell out here. And to everybody in California, the Lily Bell is just the caboose, not the model of the Lily Bell train that they had on display in the train station for a long time.
Yeah.
So my friends are like, how do we box this up to send it across the country?
Yeah. Shipping containers. No, this concrete here, we noticed the other night. I was like, remember when it would open, it was sleek and smooth and futuristic in its own way, but now things have settled and look at all those cracks in the concrete.
It makes no sense at all. I understand it. There's a planter behind it, so roots push, but that tree isn't that big.
I also laugh because how long did it take for us to get Tron? And yes, I know there was more to that, like exclusivity rights and stuff like that, but how long did that take? And the concrete wall job was shoddy.
We are still Tron Aries for a few more days.
A couple more. Last day's the 19th. Regular back on the 20th, I believe.
Yeah. Which is sad because I think the overlay was great, but sadly, it's. I don't know if the movie had succeeded, if it still would have stayed longer, because in Shanghai it was only like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I don't think so. I was not a fan of it, but I also like Legacy more, like in terms of aesthetic. So, but I don't know. What do I know? I'm just behind the microphone with you.
The colors really did it, like especially in the reveal room when you'd hit perfect and you'd see a transition from blue to red.
That's okay. Yeah, just for me, the soundtrack didn't do it either. For me, sorry. Snails. We're
gonna cut through the shop to see if they've removed any more of the Tron programming. When I was here last time, it was still the booths were there, and they put up kind of bad coverings over a couple of things.
I'll let us see it. I know I saw it the other night, and it's already different from my understanding of what you mean compared to what I saw. But the other night, the booths were still there. Let's see. We'll see.
Well, the thing that has really gotten my goat is they moved the Tron merchandise from
we're talking
this
about Tron,
side.
not Big Thunder. Getting your goat.
Yes.
Go on.
The Tron merchandise that, if you're coming or going from Tron, this is the closest side. But you walk in here, and it was, and probably still is, Big Hero 6 now.
Yeah.
And then the Tron merchandise is on the very other end next to Space Mountain. And I understand there's no Space Mountain merchandise, but it's like I know they're not pushing the merchandise because it's hit that point of, okay, everybody who bought what they wanted, which isn't true at all.
I suspect there's a different reason, and we'll talk about it when we get inside. Because I want to double check something before I think my theory might be right or wrong.
Let's see. Yep, Big Hero 6 and Toy Story.
And to the
And
left,
then booths are still there. The identity program part is covered.
okay, so my thought was going to be loss prevention, but there is a cast member back there at that register.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I understand with Buzz being closed why this is what it is, but really, there is no Buzz Lightyear or Toy Story on this side at all.
yeah.
And then we
Well,
have,
there's also the Buzz Lightyear ride shop is closed.
yeah,
So they probably just moved this over here, at least for the interim, until we get that in spring of 2026.
the limited edition 3,500 Flynn identity disc is still available.
Is that the Bluetooth speaker?
It is still the Bluetooth speaker, but it's white. And then they got some of the actual identity discs back in that they've been sold out of for a while.
Kevin Flynn, not Sam Flynn, as my head just said. Oh, goodbye.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I was trying to turn too
When
much.
you said it was the Flynn disc, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
But then, yes, Kevin Flynn would be the white disc.
And they still sell the helmets, but the bowling ball bags that you could buy to put those in, they stopped selling.
Because people bought them for their bowling balls.
Yeah.
But to my point, all the cast members on this side versus the one on that side. Anyway,
Yes.
there's a reason why most of that whole wall used to be doors, for the record, and now it's a lot of display and like two doors.
Yeah.
But
I think we're going to call this as we are here in Tomorrowland instead of heading just back to Main Street since we did that. But we will head over to really the only thing of note currently going on in Tomorrowland, and that is the Buzz Lightyear refurbishment.
I see the entrance because
Yeah.
there's some rumors speculating that we might lose that last bastion of Delta Dream Flight. I don't know if that's true or not.
When they tore out the wall for the queue and started rearranging that, I was like, that's no longer Dream Flight for me.
The last bastion, I should say then, if I didn't already,
Yes.
which is basically the Buzz Lightyear decal over the Dream Flight entrance.
There's everybody's favorite Astro Fizz, spelled Astro Fizz.
But where are the capitalizations at?
I'm going to walk away from that before Kyle shuts us off.
I don't know if he's here right now.
Yeah, and
I'm very pro capital A, capital F.
I'm RF5, your guide aboard this.
Disney is capital A, capital Fizz. I mean, you can also tell how slow it is. There is no wait. Repeat, no wait for the people mover right now. And these people decide they want to climb over the chain. Laughing Place does not endorse nor condone the climbing over chains,
Hold on, I have a
ropes.
banner for that. Oh no, I changed it.
Yeah.
The opinions of Jeremiah do not reflect those of Laughing Place. I don't remember
Wait.
what that was from. And there's also this one, which I know Mike was talking about a magical 5-finger discount, but the thoughts of Mike's magic practices do not reflect those of the team at laughingplace.com.
No. Yeah, that's when I was here last week.
Should we take a jaunt on it if there's no wait?
I don't know if it'll work. We can definitely try.
Let's try.
This is the TTA.
Yeah, I don't know how long we'll make this.
I feel like we might. I feel like the only problem part might be Space Mountain.
Well, if not, I mean, I was going to call us quits over here. I mean, we can see the walls for Buzz. And we'll have an article up later on with photos of that. The nice thing is most of this queue is still up for us to have to walk.
I was just going to say, they can't just have you turn right there. I would have unhooked the chain, but
The cast member is right there. Like, even
well,
just
no, I meant as the cast member, I would have unhooked the chain.
Oh, yes. A good pro tip, always hang on to the handrail on this, because I have been on here more than a few times where all of a sudden the sudden stop.
Well, if you're joining us, thanks for joining us. Now is the time. Now is the best time.
See?
Join us.
Right there. Right there. Jesus. Okay, Tony, I'm sending you a bill for this one.
Because you spoke it out loud.
Yeah. And they can start the people mover going again, but to do the actual speed ramp, they have to reset it.
Mantenga sus manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del vehículo. Y que sus niños. Gracias.
Gracias.
Fully onto the moving platform. Then
Do you remember the 1984 special Follow Us to Walt Disney World?
Who hosted it?
Nobody. It was almost like an early vacation planning video. And it's just the cast members talking about, here's what's going on, and there's a guy who's introducing you to Tomorrowland and whatnot. But he's standing in the middle where the people go out and where they come back in, basically at the edge of this turntable here. And there's a kid coming back with like Coke bottle glasses and a little business suit. He goes, Tomorrowland is awesome. And every time I'm on this ride,
inside your car.
I know I was here in 1980, so I can speak from some experience. 1984 Tomorrowland was not awesome. That was Mission to Mars, Circle Vision. I mean, yes, it would have been Dream Flight, then it would have been if you had wings still.
or the not sponsored version of If You Had Wings. If You Could Fly, is that what it's called?
Yes.
Just inside your car. And please supervise younger people.
Okay, let's see how long it goes. I will.
How excited are you for the Carousel of Progress
Enjoy your journey.
updates?
Oh, don't even talk about that. Like that. I don't even. Yes, it was on our top.
Pies y piernas dentro del vehículo.
You know, I had to do Muppets beyond anything else. But everybody's just like, oh, well, it's not going to be Walt alone, which will be cool. But any type of muffler that hasn't been touched since 94? Yeah, 95?
Please supervise younger beings. Stay clear of the doors, which will open and close automatically.
We'll sit with this man for a little bit.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga sus manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del vehículo.
Yeah, there's some great stuff coming to the Walt Disney World Resort.
This is the TTA Blue
Not
Line.
traditional.
Non-stop service around
We're starting to
Tomorrowland.
hear the ride soundtrack more than you, just so you know. But,
I know, that's why I'm just going to stop talking and let this go.
Yeah.
Sit back and enjoy the people.
Greetings, intergalactic travelers. Welcome aboard the People Mover, presented by Enterprise. I'm Borak 5, your guide aboard this highway in the sky, the absolute best way to see Tomorrowland. And my stars, is there ever lots to see? From spacecraft to monster labs, there's really nothing like today in Tomorrowland.
I mean, that is a good
We're
view of
If you have
Buzz Lightyear.
jetpacks or gravity polarizers, please do not take
Come
flight
back
while
again.
on board. Thank you.
Next station is Tomorrowland Urban Planning and Star Traders. Transfer to Green and Red Line.
Don't worry, your express train keeps on rolling through the future, right by two of my favorite spots. First up, Progress City, Walt Disney's amazing dream for a community of tomorrow. Did you know Progress City inspired Epcot and a lot of the visionary ideas throughout Walt Disney World? Look, there's even a tiny people mover. I wonder if that means there's a tiny orang. On your right is Star Traders, home to the greatest good in the galaxy. Except actual stars. Those are no longer so.
Now approaching Tomorrowland Speedway and Tron Light Cycle Run.
I love a good circuit, and these are two of the best tracks in the cosmos for a bit of light, speedy competition.
Please keep forward-facing tentacles clear of oncoming vehicles. Thank you.
This is Double 75.
Or as the locals call it, Space Mountain, our high-speed rocket port to distant deep space destinations.
Let relaxation wash over you at the most refreshing retreat in the galaxy. The total moons of Rising 7. You H2O it to yourself. Book today.
Attention travelers. Your journey has been temporarily delayed. For your safety, please remain seated. Thank you.
Delayed in the dark room. We still got you loud and clear though, Jeremiah.
That's surprising.
No, it's great.
Yeah, we got the stuff from the exit ramp, which is no longer a ramp. And then we're coming up to the turnaround space, which I've been on People Mover enough times when space is down, but I've never been on it with. It goes down.
Interesting.
Yeah. I've been evac off of the People Mover once, but that was, we were over by Star Trader, and they walked us out, and then downstairs. The best part was the cast member was like, okay, just follow here and go down the stairs. And we had nobody walking us or telling us where. So we're just going downstairs. Like, I could have ended up in the utilidors. I know I couldn't have because those stairs don't go all the way down, but it was one of those, like, just follow these. Okay. Because it's not like Haunted Mansion or Pirates where they have enough cast members to do it.
Yeah.
But there's 3 cast members for People Mover, and they'll pull people off other attractions, come and help out, but they don't have that many.
There used to be when there was something where Alien Encounter was. Just saying.
Yeah. They could open a door and go, "You guys okay? Yeah, okay, good."
And Buzz being closed too. This is all but abandoned that you're going down.
Yeah, you're gonna have laugh floor people coming in helping, going, I'm not sure what we're doing.
And
We
even
just-
then, laugh floor I feel like is 4 people.
Yeah.
There's the pre-show room, maybe 2 people in the theater. Yeah, not counting the performers, counting the operation people.
Yeah, I don't think monsters can help you either. Hey, look, there's a good view.
I want to know if anybody ever toyed with the notion of extending the track in some way and doing the with now that they have Tron, of doing the game grid of Tron, a la the old People Mover in California.
Don't even tease me. Like,
Sorry.
there were 2 things that I kept calling out when they were doing Tron. Was that somewhere, but really, what they should have done is build it in a show build. And since they had some dinosaurs, they weren't choosing at that point. Primeval World could have been built.
That's very true.
Yeah, that was the one that killed me the most. You know, the dinosaurs were literally pulled out not too far before everything. It could have been in storage, and then Primeval World. So we could have been like Tokyo. Yes, Tokyo has Primeval World, and Paris has Grand Canyon there.
Yeah.
Well, this
I remember
could
that
be
surprised me when I was in Paris recently. I was
Yeah.
like, whoa, okay.
No, for me, because the first 4 times, I think at least, I went to Paris, the train was down.
Okay.
And it was finally up. I got on there. And the Primeval World, or the Grand Canyon diorama was cool. But my favorite part is going through Pirates and see through the caves. Like,
Yes.
it was Splash Mountain or Tiana.
Yeah.
And folks, welcome to the dullest rocket talk we have in a long time.
I think it's adventurous. Our view count keeps increasing, so thanks for everybody who keeps joining us.
Yeah.
But we are currently stopped on the People Mover at Walt Disney World. Remember to like, subscribe, get notified whenever we go live at the parks like this. But yeah, right now we are on the People Mover, waiting for a brief delay above the exit walkway.
Attention travelers,
Hold on.
your journey has been temporarily delayed. For your safety, please remain seated.
Temporary.
Thank you.
I will say I've never sat here long enough to realize how much this changed.
Fred, why did you stop? We don't know. Knowing the People Mover, I have a guess, but I don't want to say anything because it may not be true. Also, the People Mover's old. This happens sometimes. 74, I believe it dates back to.
Yep. Yeah, and
Powered by magnets. The same magnets that launched Tron, in a way, are what brings the People Mover to life and moving all the people.
yeah, this is one of the first attractions I have used the linear induction motors.
Yeah. Have you ever been on the People Mover in Houston? Is that where it is?
Okay, just heard the right motor. They used to. I believe that they no longer have the people mover in Houston.
I've heard it's still there. It's just in a not rarely, or it's a not an often used part of the terminal because they've upgraded and built more at the airport or something. But it's still there. And
The
I
things
think you have
that
to
we
leave
would geek
security
out
to
about.
use it and go back in, so nobody would want to do that.
Oh, I wouldn't hurt me if I was there. A human came over and did it now. It's like a big struggle, so, but so far not so much. I mean, this will be probably one of the longer. Well, it's definitely the longest one of this year. We just try to keep these around an hour. Right now, we're
We would have been if we didn't stop. It would have
Yeah.
been perfect. But
so I don't know if it's just the shape of the coaster or if it's actually trying. I keep getting a quick forward jolt motion that doesn't happen.
I know it takes a full minute for it to start properly, based on cast members I've spoken with who've worked this attraction. So when they have to reset it, it does take at least that 60 seconds. But I don't know. Maybe that is what you're feeling.
The
But
time,
a quick
Good.
look says that the subway, formerly known as the Interterminal Train at the George Bush International Airport in Houston, Texas, still has the operating.
oh, good. It's not. It's waiting. It's a good triangle. It's literally going to be. When I was on the people when we got evac, because I are motors, they when you're in between, it doesn't do anything, and when everything shuts down, it kind of just rolls you back towards it. So we were on the path in between Star Trader and here, but just left Star Trader, and we started going backwards. But we didn't post all of the social media going backwards, and we bumped into the car behind. Things happen.
I mean, that's also why they have those big bumpers on either side of the train.
So what other news has been happening today as the start of this galaxy in these planets going to become what we all want?
Attention travelers, your journey has been temporarily delayed. For your safety, please remain seated. Thank you.
Anything else in the world of theme parks?
We asked about Walt Disney at Carousel of Progress. We talked about the Buzz Lightyear thing. Festival of the Arts is coming up at Epcot, which you'll be there for on Friday. There's a new annual pass holder magnet being teased. Did you see it?
It's so going to be plot. Like, as soon as that popped up in the background, I'm like, this is plot.
Yeah, I definitely think it's going to be Clawhauser, or the possibility might be Flash. Either way, I would put solid money on either of those two before anybody else.
Yes.
Only because Flash is also heavily featured in Better Together.
It's funny. You can't. It could be a stat, but they they just put up a static video, super static, but
Attention travelers, your journey has been temporarily delayed. For your safety, please remain seated. Thank you.
the joys of the Reliance Street. I mean, I guess I'd rather be here than out next to the coaster.
I mean, imagine if it started raining out. At least you're inside.
Yeah, let's get some rain on Friday and make it snow. So here's what the walls look like, dark blue.
There you go.
This is for your safety. All right.
What did he say?
Vehicle bumping may occur. Motion could happen at any moment. So yeah, I don't know how long we've been here, but we're going
It's
on.
been about 6 minutes. 7 minutes? Maybe 9. 9 minutes.
In my universal training at 15, we would start jumping the queue.
Correct.
There's no queue. And then
I think that's Disney training too, but I don't know for sure. Don't quote me on that.
we would, at 15, we would start to be like, okay, we're going to evac. 20 is kind of like the, okay, are we going to evac? And then we'd start to do the spiel. Yes, we're evac. Then 30 is the, everybody on there, get everybody off the vehicles.
When I worked Pteranodon Flyers at Islands of Adventure, if it was for weather, and Pteranodon Flyers was susceptible to not only rain and lightning, but wind. So there were times where if there's a 22-mile-an-hour wind gust, we got to shut down. You're allowed to stay in the line. We would never dump the queue. But so many people would eventually leave that by the time it got to like 10 people or less, we'd start just throwing out what are called onesies, one attraction express passes, basically, and say, "All right, just come back later," and they would take them. But just so we don't have to monitor the queue at that point.
Yeah. No, it's always interesting. I feel like also times have changed of the dumping the queue, evacing. You know, this attraction is very difficult to evac.
Yes.
I mean, for me, okay, so I'm going to sign off now. Well, there we go, folks. I'm getting evac'd off of this, which means I'm going to have to stop recording. And I'm going to need both my hands to get out of this place. So thank
hold
you
on
for
real quick.
joining us. Yeah.
David has a question for you. What's the question, David? But yeah, so Jeremiah is getting ready to go. While we wait for David's question, let's tell you that later on today we have, or throughout the coming days, we have plenty more coming at Laughing Place's YouTube channel. Be sure to like, subscribe, ring that bell, get notified whenever we go live. I know there's some special members-only streams happening later today, so stay tuned for that if you are a member. And then later this weekend, we'll have Disney Trivia Live, hosted by Doobie and Gideon, on Saturday at 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern. And then next week, a full slate of programming. Not to mention Jeremiah live at Epcot on Friday for Festival of the Arts. From the interior areas of the People Mover track at Space Mountain at the Magic Kingdom. So long, everybody.